Hello everyone and welcome with this practical demonstration for the experiments. Let us discuss the experiments one after the other. Let's go for discussing the association rules. This is something which is been taken from the GitHub and is shared to you in your Google Classroom also. So this is the repository where the details are available. So as we know that when we have the data and association rules are used to form the or to get the associations in terms of the frequent patterns, or are there any relationship between the data item sets, so that you will get in the form of association rules. This is the code where you need to import one file called as grocery store data, so which is available in your uh, folder. So that file has to be uploaded here. So just you have to click here and upload that file. So the file already I have uploaded this file. So very first step is, as you all know, you have to import the standard libraries which we'll be using. So as we are dealing with the different data types, so the pandas we are importing. Then for numerical calculation, numpy, a big, so as to have some visualizations of the data, matplotlib can be imported. So on again cbon, so these are the libraries imported. So let me run it. Make sure that your system is connected to the internet, to the server, Google Cloud server. You have logged in, so the this part of the code is running, so files are imported. Now, as we want to have this explore the association rules, so we are importing two different libraries from well-known ML extent dot frequent patterns. So that is, one is related to the a priori algorithm implementation, and another is related to the association rules. So these things are imported now, and now you have to read the file. You have to make sure that the file path which has been mentioned here is same as that of the file path which is available here. So you can just copy this particular path and you can paste it over here, so that you will not be getting any error over here. So this is the data imported. Let me show you the data which has been imported. So this is the actual data where you have the transactions. You may say there are different transactions. By default, first row should be representing the attribute name, but here it is not written, so transaction is only available. So that's why this, though the data is having 20 different transactions, actually the current program we'll take it as a 19 items, so these items are only considered. So these are the transactions, you may say these are the 19 transactions, and from these 19 transactions try to come up with some association rules. And what are the frequent item sets? So this is the aim of this particular experiment. So as we have imported this, if you want to just view what are the data values available, so the first five values are shown with this. Grocery is the frame, data frame in which all the this particular CSV file is loaded, so it is available here. So if I write here 5, so first 5 transactions will be shown. So just 5 transactions you could visualize instead of 5. If I reduce it to 3, I will be able to view 3 transactions, first 3 transactions, right? If you are interested in knowing what is the size of the data set, so just grocery.shape will give you that 19 transactions are there and one column. So this is the shape of the data set. In the data set, if you want to check is there any null value or is there any blank transaction, so you can check it. Grocery dot is null, and then it is returning it as false for all the transactions, because if you look at, there is no blank space available over here. And then these all values are false, right? So now what we have to do is, if you look at data available to you is in this particular format, but so as to have the analysis in terms of the frequent patterns and finding the association rules between them. So what is required is you want to convert this data into a tabular format, where what we are doing is we are trying to identify what are the different products. So the index of the products is made, and then these values, grocery dot values, what the instance values are or transaction values are. In the first transaction there is bread, milk, biscuit and cornflakes, so like that these are the transactions. Now what is done is you want to separate this data into the tabular format. So I know this is a CSV file where the items are separated by the comma. So here we are attempting to split the data with the help of the split character as comma. So you are splitting the data, and then once the data is split, so what we are doing is we are using encoder. What we want to do is we want to convert this data, transactional data, in a tabular format, where now if you look at how the conversion is taking place, I'm running just this encoding part, and see, look at in the transaction, these are the products. In considering all the transactions, these are the unique products. And then for the first transaction, biscuit indicating true, what it indicates. So as I said, here you are talking about, this is considered the first transaction. So biscuit, bread, milk and cornflakes. So you will find that biscuit, bread, and then okay, so tea is also there in the transaction. Yeah, so these, based on the transactional data, the item which is been available in the particular transaction, that is treated as true, and if the item is not available, so that is treated as false. And this is something is visualized also in a tabular format. So for all the transactions from 0 to 18, so these values are available now. Right. So now next is when you want to implement this a priori algorithm, instead of these labels as true and false, what is done is you are converting this into the integer, so that the true is converted as 1 and false will be converted as 0. So if you look at this conversion, so now I am having a tabular format representation of our transactional data, where row is representing the transaction number, the column is representing the item, and 1 is written in the, it indicates that that item is been purchased in that particular transaction. 0 indicates that item is not purchased. So this is the pre-processing we have done onto the data, so that we can apply our a priori algorithm, or we can find out the frequent item sets, for finding the frequent item sets. So this is the visualization of the attribute now. And then if you just want to check how many items are purchased, so just it is sum made around every row, and in the first transaction 4 items are purchased, in the second 3 items are purchased, like that. So this is how in every transaction this particular column is now indicating how many items are purchased. Now once the data is ready, so what we can do is we can apply that a priori algorithm, and a priori algorithm will be returning you the support values. So grocery 2, and then what we are doing is we are indicating that minimum support value has to be zero point 0.1 and represent it. And then one more thing is this grocery support, and we are sorting this, and in the ascending false means in the descending order based on the descending values of the support. So these items are now sorted. So the most frequent item is bread, and support value is 63% or 0.63. And then maybe sugar and bread, so its support value is coming as 21%. So like this, for different combinations of the item set, we are getting these different support values. So this is something related to the result of the a priori algorithm, which is giving me the frequent item sets arranged in the descending order. And now in these item sets we want to explore, is there any association between the item sets, and then that can be explored by applying this association rule. So when you run this particular part, so you will be getting the association means it is cock comma cornflakes are purchased, and then if these things are purchased, then coffee and biscuit is also purchased. So if this is the association I'm considering, so these are the different values of the support, confidence and lift. So these are, you are getting, you are able to view these in the tabular format. So you could see that there is a strong association between the, if the bread is purchased, then tea and Bonvita is also purchased. So this particular support value, you are getting it as around 0.63. And one more strong association is, if bread is been purchased, then Maggi and jam also is purchased. So this is also a strong association. This type of associations are explored with the help of this association rule. So this is how this particular data, transactional data, we have explored and we have learned two different things. One thing is how to find out the frequent item sets. So this is how the frequent item sets are arranged in the order of descending value of their support. And one more thing is, you are finding the association between the item sets also. So this is how the frequent data mining or frequent pattern mining, which is using the transactional data and try to explore the frequent item sets, as well as tries to explore what is the association between the item sets which are available in the data. So thank you. So this is the experiment related to the association rules.